Evening, checking in. Had a long day today. It actually, if they didn't mute the music in these lives in some countries, I would have played just one of those days by Limp Bizkit, I think. So, at any rate, so we are going to go ahead, gear up here for another hour of calls, and I've been taking chin shots all day. So what's a couple more? Or maybe it'll be a balance on the flip side, right? The yin and the yang. So we're going to go ahead, continue our hour of calls. We are 20 something days through. I don't know exactly what, 27, 28, 26. But we've been doing this since July 2nd, I think, July 1st or 2nd, and doing a hour a day of cold calling, also some follow-ups, and also some rewarming of some leads. And those could have been from 2 months old all the way up to 10 plus years, believe it or not. So if they still own the property, we've spoken to them in the past. Some cases we still have the same information or the same, they have the same working number, and we're actually doing deals. So just as an update, we did have an accepted offer last week. That's in the hands of the seller, I believe the attorneys, and we're just waiting for them to get back to us with any potential changes. So that one is underway, and we had actually a couple other offers to be made, still waiting on those. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. And other than that, let's just go ahead and have at it. So let's see how we'll do. Okay, so if you guys have been following, you know that we typically have anywhere from or up to 4 numbers when we're doing our batch skip tracing. And I've showed you a couple times in the previous videos how we utilize True People Search to do
the number you dialed
to do one-off skip tracing. So for example, those are the only 2 phone numbers left. And again, we've been doing this a lot the past few weeks. And as a matter of fact, it's been giving us some good results, especially here on the live call. So 2 of the phone numbers that we just tried to call were dead. Here I have other one. Let's just give that a shot.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Okay, so it's not the end all be all, but we did try a couple of these yesterday as well, even though it did say some older numbers. I'm looking at about 6 here. I won't go through all of them. I'm just going to try another 1 or 2 if they look different than what we've been calling. All right, so this one says wireless. Not holding my breath on this one. Let's just give it a shot.
Hi, thanks for calling. The person you're trying to reach isn't available right now, but you can leave a message.
All righty, wish it left a name. If it left a name, then you know you have the right person. You can either leave a voicemail or just note that, and when you call them back, hopefully you get them on the phone. All right, so we're just going to keep plugging away here. Right now, we're prospecting absentee owners, pretty broad in Trenton area, and looking for sellers with problem property.
We're sorry, you have reached.
backup number. We'll give it a shot.
The person you have dialed can't take your call.
Alrighty. So I'm expecting that we should get a better answer rate than yesterday. It's right around evening time. Most people have finished dinner and most people are home. So I think this list actually is a lot of landlines. So obviously if people are commuting to and from work and, working not from home, obviously calling the landline during those hours. It's typically why we don't get the higher answer rates, but Sunday evenings, Saturday evenings, and weekday evenings can work out
The
better.
number you dialed is not in service. Please check.
All righty.
Hello.
Hey, Evelyn.
Who's this?
My name's Ryan. We haven't spoken before. I was actually calling about a property I believe you own on Clay Street.
No, you got the wrong number, sir. That's not me.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right. So I was excited to get somebody on the phone. We'll have to rescript that one. So right, Evelyn, wrong property.
The number. The number you dialed is
Slightly concerning on all these wrong numbers. I don't recall, then again, I'm not in the trenches except for this past month. Usually the team is, but that's a lot of wrong numbers in my opinion. So maybe we'll have to utilize True People Search a little more for the remainder of the call session here. Hopefully not. Takes a little bit. Search, pick out the number, call. Call in progress. What's going on? Okay, so again, I'm utilizing True People Search here just to try to find some one-off numbers. Okay. Those people don't want to be found. So if you guys are just joining in, continuing our cold calling session, off to a bit of a slow start here. But as I've been saying, the quicker we get through all these wrong numbers, hang-ups, and not motivated people, the quicker we get to a yes.
Hello, you've reached the desk of Justin Monick, General Manager for Crossings Healthcare Solutions.
All right, so right person. We'll try to contact him another time. One thing to share really quick, I forgot to mention, if you guys followed some of the previous days, there was a girl, Dana, that I spoke to. We have to get her an offer on her property. She didn't sound overly motivated. However, I did update her. I said, I apologize. I was out of the field all day yesterday. We'll have you an offer tomorrow. And she said, no problem. However, she actually did mention through text, hey, I have another property in Jersey City. It's an estate sale. It's not listed. Would you be interested? So I said, of course, send me some, information on that. We'll evaluate it and go from there. So again, case in point about these homeowners that have multiple properties. And you never know. Hey, listen, you might be reaching out to them for one property and, may not make sense for either party. However, they may have a couple others, especially if they're a landlord. So it's the compound effect.
Hello. The number you dialed.
All right, that's only 7 calls for property records, multiple calls, because we do call many numbers if the data is bad. It's got to be a record. Gene Luke, you're right, brother. Appreciate you hanging in there, following the journey. I don't think he's answering. Okay. Let's keep it moving. So just to kind of reiterate a little bit what I mentioned on previous videos as well, we're doing this manually, pretty much an archaic way, right? I have desk phone here, just cut and pasting the numbers. Usually you'd use some type of power dialer. It can go through these. If it's a bad number, it'll automatically mark that. And if the person answers, they'll patch it through. So, obviously those tools can help utilize those tools to be more efficient. Obviously, get more outreach. However, it's not required. You can do it as I'm doing it now. And but I just wanted to share that as you start to grow and scale, those tools can definitely be beneficial. So let's keep it moving. Let's see if Pete wants to have a good chat tonight. Or Petro.
number you dialed is not in service.
I think tonight we're gonna go for the record. How many bad numbers we could come across here? Last night was pretty slow, or yesterday was a slow call session. We called early in the morning, which is kind of expected, but as always, it's good to do our own test cases, run our own metrics. You got it, Gene Luke. Appreciate you, man. It's the only way I know, right? Keep plowing through. All right. Something got funky with that number, got hung up. Let's move on to the next.
Hello, we are not available now.
It's a little quiet. I guess we could start leaving some voicemails again. I just want to confirm it's on the right household. So the generic voicemails like we just heard, unfortunately, doesn't give us enough info.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 90.
Facts. Give it a quick check on True People Search. That's for fun. There we go. Let's see if this. Magic Jack, let's get this going.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 97.
All right, so off to a bit of a slow start here, about 20 minutes in, right around 7 o'clock. This is usually a decent time to call, in my experience when we used to do this. All right, let's wait for those next leads to load. See if we have any others in our other system while that's lagging. There we go. Shows it's ringing. Don't hear anything. I think local ringback is a little screwy with Magic Jack. All right. Let's hit the next one. A little bit rougher area here. Not crazy about this street, but let's see what we got.
The number you dialed is not in service. The number you dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. OV. The number you dialed is not in service. Please check the number.
True people search is going on the fritz here. Not a robot. All right. All right. True people search has a different number.
Hello.
Hey, Theodore. My name's Ryan, and I was calling about a property I believe you own. I just wanted to drop you a line and see if you had any interest in selling.
Yeah, not right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. When do you think might be a better time?
Try me next year.
Okay, 12 months. All right, sounds good. Before I let you go, do you by any chance have any other properties, maybe ones that have problem tenants or need a ton of work?
No, not right now.
Okay. All right, no worries. I'll drop you a line in about 11 months. We'll see where you stand, and if you're ready to go, we'll prepare for hopefully an easy transaction a year from now.
Okay, sure.
All right, sounds good, Theodore. Great talking to you.
All right, take care.
Bye. Oof. I botched that one. I'll be honest with you. The screen froze. I didn't know his name, and I went to scroll. I obviously paused a bit, and actually, if no one caught, I didn't even mention the property address or the street, but he seemed to, I guess know which one I'm talking about. So nonetheless, that was a terrible call, in my opinion. I guess most people's opinion. And it happens to the best of us, but you know what? You keep plugging along. So we all make mistakes. Brutal. All right. So looking to sell 1 year. That's what we put in the notes. And as you guys know, and as you guys experienced through previous phone calls, we always follow up sooner because things change. And sometimes they sell a month or 2 months prior to when they expected to. So in this case, we'll put a 10-month follow-up and check in with Theodore. So let's just go ahead. We'll assign that task real fast. So that's one of the beneficial things of a CRM. Even when I was first just starting out, having a computer background and seeing the advantages of automation and all that stuff, I do think having some type of even bare bones basic CRM or some type of follow up system, something where it'll give you the reminders, or you can assign tasks and keep track that way. But I think that definitely helps. Obviously, keeping up to speed with these leads and not letting those that you should be following up with fall between the cracks. So let's throw that in there. And we'll do an assignment. So what's cool is that you could actually set like due dates and reminders. So for example, this, I'll put a year out and I'll bring it back to May. Let's say May 27th. Boom. So then once the May 27th of next year happens, we'll get the notification here. Oh, okay, great. Theo wants to hear from us. Drop him a line, see where he's at with everything, and go from there. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe because that was an unpolished call, that maybe they felt less like they wanted to, be a little aggressive, as we see with some people. But most often that's not the case. So, all righty. Let's see who else. Oh, and one more thing. Almost forgot. So we pulled that information from True People Search. And what we're going to have to do is update that number. And the reason being is, let's say one of my assistants follow up and they're checking the notes. And so they can follow everything. That's great. But also they may hit the wrong number and just mark it as dead. They may not know, hey, to follow up, do the True People Search or whatnot. So let's just go ahead, make sure that has the right phone number. All right. Almost 30 minutes in. One future prospect, way in the future, but I do love those. The work we do now puts food on the table in the future. And what we've done months ago is what we'll be closing currently. So these are all seeds for the future.
The number you the number
All right. I want to see real fast if we could get another number. Okay, all bad on that one. All right. Appreciate you guys joining in. A little quiet today on the cold calling sessions. Still some prospects for the future, which is good. Call in secondary number. Okay, we're calling one True People search number.
Please leave your message for 609. You have reached 60. The number you dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Thank you, Gene. They weren't ready. We'll find them. Let's see what we got. How long's it been? 27 minutes. Nope. 33 minutes. There we go. That was wrong. Got another 30 minutes of calling. I'm pretty confident that we can get at least one or two more motivated sellers.
Your call.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that
So the same as the one I had, and unfortunately there's no other alternatives. So that one is a truly dead lead. So again, it's scenarios like that. There's no numbers that you can extract from anywhere. You could either go ahead and if it's local, you could talk to the neighbors, or you could send them a letter, or you can obviously try another skip tracing service provider. But other than that, I guess short of hiring a private investigator. All right, let's go to, we went through first of those records. Let's load the next batch.
The number you dialed.
Interesting last name. Looks like Jakubaitis, similar to my name. Wonder if he's Lithuanian. This would make a good call if he is. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we got a True People search record that's found. Let's see if this is a better number. Let's try to get out of this lull. Says it's dialing. Was dialing. I'll tell you for one more shot for our potential fellow Lithuanian friend. There's about 5 other numbers. I'm not going to go through them. They're very, very dated, but in theory, you could go through these. You might luck out. All right, so that was ringing. Apparently, again, sometimes you don't get the local ring back. And for you guys that are watching, obviously you can't hear it. But apparently it was being dialed out, so.
You have reached the Goodness resident.
Okay, that's not who I was looking for. All right. Trucking along here. Hope you guys are doing awesome.
You've reached the Leith residence. Please leave a message.
Hey, Dave, my name's Ryan, and I was calling about a property I think you own on Reservoir Street. I'm a cash buyer, and I was looking for properties in the area, and I just figured I'd drop you a line, see if you had any interest in selling. I buy houses as is for cash, and would love to have a conversation with you. Do me a favor, give me a call when you get a chance. You can call me on my cell phone. That number is 973 699 3804. Once again, 973 699 3804. Thanks. Talk to you soon. All right. Figured we'd leave a voicemail. Why not? Again, I usually do, especially if we have the correct party, but we weren't leaving them just to try to get through some volume, especially it was repetitive. But it's good, good refresher for you guys. All right. And we always do keep some notes of that as well. So if we see that, hey, we've reached out to this person a month, 6 months, a year, we've left them voicemails this many times, well, that may change the way we approach it, especially if it's the same, correct party, and we know it's the right person. Obviously, if they're not getting back to us, either our approach is wrong or they're just not motivated.
Thank you for calling Bunzo. How may you take that? How may I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Diana.
Hello?
I'm sorry. I was looking for Diana. Oh, geez. So much for yelling into it. That sounded like a restaurant or something noisy in the back. Probably not the right person, but let's try this other number.
Thank you for calling Bunzo. How may I help you?
Oh, hi. Hi, can you hear me now? Hi, I'm not sure if I have the right number. I was looking for Diana. I'm not sure if I have the right number. I was looking for a Diana. That's what I thought. Okay, there's not a Diana that lives there. I'm sorry, works there. Okay, sorry about that. Have a great day. This thing is all tangled up. All right, so that was some type of business, it sounded like. So 2 numbers so far that I brought up are not correct. Let's see if this one on True People Search is the same or different. Different. Oh, in that case, I actually just dialed the same damn number. My mistake. All right. Well, we know that's not Diana. Okay. Let's try one last one. Nope. Actually, that was that number showed up 3 times. All right. So looks like we did try that one earlier this week. We'll have to skip that one. "44 minutes already. Wow. Time definitely does fly. And you're having a blast doing power calls. This is far from a power dialer. This is archaic calls.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Let's try this other number.
Please leave your message for
All right, I want to just check something. Curious. All right, so I went to spamcalls.net just to see if my my phone number that I'm calling from was popping up as spam, hi or whatnot. It does show low risk, so that's good. There's no user reports on this, and as you know, it's good practice at the beginning of each call session to check each number. I guess you could even call your cell phone or other numbers to see if it's popping up and what other people may be seeing. Obviously, if one of the numbers is flagged as spam, you're going to get a lot lower answer rate. So, but for this one, we're in good shape.
We're sorry, the call did not go through.
Indeed, it did not.
Please press 1.
Hello. Thank you for calling the Office of Federated Accounting and Tax Service. I'm Elon.
Not sure if that's him, but what's interesting is in this list, that person was not an absentee owner. So I don't know why they were in this list. It kind of caught me off guard. That'll happen. Obviously, anytime you're sourcing large lists of data, you'll get some of the stuff that falls between the cracks. But in theory, that's one that technically we wouldn't have called. Now, with that being said, if there's a smaller area that we're targeting, we may do a shotgun blast of every person on that street, regardless of, looking for levels of motivation such as foreclosure and inheritance or behind on taxes or absentee owners like we're calling now. But the better list you have, I mean, obviously with a shotgun blast, you're going to get a lot of no's, a lot of hangups, but you'll also get those one-offs that it's just a good timing, or they may have some personal things that are going on that are not in public record, such as behind on taxes, inheritance, etc. And it is possible to get them that way, but you will have to do a lot more calls, a lot more volume, as opposed to a more rifled approach, as we talked about with multiple levels of motivation.
The number you dialed.
Not give me a match on that name. Let's see if we can find one more. We got a good feeling on this one. Let's see if we can get a number. Possible record found. Good.
Please leave your message for 6098.
Just about 50 or so minutes in. A little bit of a rough session. It's all good. So we're going to plow
Your call
through.
cannot.
Lovely. We're going to plow through until we get the results that we desire.
Your call cannot be completed.
I don't think any of these
Your
look
call
good.
cannot be completed because
Third luck the charm.
The number
Alrighty. Julian. Let's see if Julian's got the right number here. Rough area. Sheesh.
the number
Okay. So we actually got through 32 recs in the hour. Considering the low answer rate, I mean, I guess we did get a lot of calls. We call each record numerous, or not numerous times, but numerous numbers that we have.
609-209. Hello.
The number you dialed is not in service.
So what I would probably do, considering, this batch for whatever reason just has a lot of bad numbers, I would either re-skip it on another provider, or if it was a small list, it's a little bit cumbersome, but I probably would just verify each number directly from True People Search each time. Just paste it in, take the number that it gives, and just roll with that one, because it seems like you probably would have a more accurate, at least for this list. And then if that main number didn't work, you could always see what you have in the system. That's probably something that I would have done. Again, I'm just kind of going through this now just so we can hopefully have some live calls for everybody. But that would probably be a good route. The only problem is that it's going to be a lot slower. So that was interesting. I'll share you this, doing a little more legwork on each record as opposed to run through the skip tracing. But we had two numbers from our skip tracing provider. First one was a bad number. I put that in True People Search. It didn't give me any records that look familiar. I took the secondary number that you just heard that was bad, plugged that one in. That gave me the correct record. And it also gave me a brand new number. So it may help that if you had, even though they're wrong numbers, if you did run it through the skip tracing, it doesn't hurt to cross-reference or use that number to use a phone search in the truepeoplesearch.com. Can bring you some other potential records. So with that said, let's see if this one is a good number. Hold on, good boys. I'll be out in a minute. Just wrapping up, buddy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Dimitri?
Yeah.
This girl.
Is not
Right,
available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Dimitri. My name's Ryan, and I was calling about a property I think you own on Tyler Street. I'm sure you're getting a ton of calls and texts about this, but I'm actually looking for properties in the area. I'm a cash buyer. I buy as is, and I figured I would just drop you a line, see if you had any interest in selling. We're looking for properties, and maybe it'll make a good fit for both of us. If you don't mind, give me a call when you get a chance. You can reach me anytime on my cell phone. That number is 973-699-3255. 3804. Once again, 973-699-3804. Thanks. Talk to you soon. All right. So I'm glad that was a working number. You could hear from the outgoing voicemail person. And then we decided to leave a voicemail. So let's see what happens. And keep good notes. And we can even update our record. And boom. So anyway, that wraps up our an hour of calling today. It was not the best session. They all can't be winners. I was expecting something a little more, but we will be back at it again tomorrow. And I'm curious if we're calling a little later on Friday evening. I would anticipate we would get a little better answer rate because believe it or not, I mean, at least on my phone, a lot of the calls that I get seem to quiet down after Friday afternoonish, the weekend, and then it resumes on Monday. So it seems that we usually get a little bit better answer rate during those days. So nonetheless, okay day today, not the worst, not the best, but we'll go ahead and have at it tomorrow. Hope you guys will join me, and I will see you guys manana.